Okay, we're on 105, and so Nausicaa, I don't know if we can say welcomes him, but greets Odysseus. Maids bathe him. Oh, has good manners. And so we are on to the next part. Yep. All right. Page 105, the last portion that starts, they left him. They left him then and went to tell the princess. And now Odysseus, dousing in the river, scrubbed the coat of brine from back and shoulders and rinsed the clot of sea spume from his hair, got himself all rubbed down from head to foot, and then he put on the clothes the princess gave him. Athena lent a hand, making him seem taller and massive too, with crisping hair in curls like petals of wild hyacinth, but all red golden. Think of gold infused on silver by a craftsman whose fine art Hephaestus taught him, or Athena, one whose work moves to delight. Just so she lavished beauty over Odysseus's head and shoulders. Okay, so now Odysseus is like some work of art made of gold and silver. And Athena tends to do this. You'll see this over and over again. Athena lavishes, how was it worded? Lavishes beauty on him. All right, so he gets cleaned up. Athena kind of puts an extra shine on him. The girls are going to feed him, and Nausicaa is going to give him directions into town. He can follow them through the countryside, but she doesn't want any gossip to start that, she was seen with some strange man. And so she gives him directions so that he can make it to town on his own. Oh, and did you catch the little reference to Hephaestus there, that Odysseus looks like something that Hephaestus could have made, and he might be ugly, but he is an excellent craftsman. Okay, so page 106, line 251. Then he went down to sit on the sea beach in his new splendor. There the girl regarded him, and after a time she said to the maids beside her, "My gentlewomen, I have a thing to tell you. The Olympian gods cannot be all averse to this man's coming here among our islanders. Uncouth he seemed, I thought so too before, but now he looks like one of heaven's people. I wish my husband could be fine as he, and glad to stay forever on Scheria. But have you given refreshment to our guest?" At this, the maids, all gravely listening, hastened to set out bread and wine before Odysseus, and how ravenously that patient man took food and drink, his long fast at an end. The Princess Nausicaa now turned aside to fold her linens in the pretty cart she stowed them, put the mule team under harness, mounted the driver's seat, and then looked down to say with cheerful prompting to Odysseus, "Up with you now, friend, back to town we go, and I shall send you in before my father, who is wondrous wise. There in our house with him you'll meet the noblest of the Phaeacians. You have good sense, I think. Here's how to do it. While we go through the countryside and farmland, stay with my maids behind the wagon, walking briskly enough to follow where I lead. But near the town, there's a wall with towers around the isle and beautiful ship basins right and left of the causeway of approach. Seagoing craft are beached beside the road, each on its launching ways. The agora, that's the gathering place or the center of town. The agora, with fieldstone benches bedded in the earth, lies either side Poseidon's shrine. For there men are at work on pitch-black hulls and rigging, cables and sails, and tapering of oars. The archer's craft is not for the Phaeacians, but ship designing, modes of oaring cutters, in which they love to cross the foaming sea. From these fellows I will have no salty talk, no gossip later. Plenty are insolent." So she's kind of giving some reasons why she doesn't want him to be seen with her in town. "And some sea dog might say after we passed, 'Who is this handsome stranger trailing Nausicaa? Where did she find him? Will he be her husband? Or is she being hospitable to some rover come off his ship from lands across the sea, there being no lands near? A god, maybe? A god from heaven, the answer to her prayer, descending now to make her his forever? Better if she's roamed and found a husband somewhere else. None of our own will suit her, though many come to court her, and those the best. This is the way they might make light of me, and I myself should hold it shame for any girl to flout her own dear parents, taking up with a man before her marriage. Note well now what I say, friend, and your chances are excellent for safe conduct from my father. You'll find black poplars in a roadside park, around a meadow and fountain, all Athena's. But father has a garden in the place, this within earshot of the city wall. Go in there and sit down, giving us time to pass through town and reach my father's house. And when you can imagine we're at home, then take the road into the city, asking directions to the palace of Alcinous. You'll find it easily. Any small boy can take you there. No family has a mansion half so grand as he does, being king. As soon as you are safe inside, cross over and go straight through into the Megaron. The Megaron is the great hall of a Grecian palace. Go straight into the Megaron to find my mother. Now, interesting. Nausicaa sends Odysseus not to her father, but to her mother. See if you can figure out why this is. She'll be there in the firelight before a column with her maids in shadow, spinning a wool dyed richly as the sea. My father's great chair faces the fire too. There like a god he sits and takes his wine. Go past him. Cast yourself before my mother, embrace her knees, and you may wake up soon at home rejoicing, though your home be far. On mother's feeling much depends. If she looks on you kindly, you shall see your friends under your own roof in your father's country. At this she raised her glistening whip, lashing the team into a run. They left the river, cantering beautifully, then trotting smartly. But then she reined them in and spared the whip so that her maids could follow with Odysseus. The sun was going down when they went by Athena's grove. Here then Odysseus rested and lifted up his prayer to Zeus's daughter. Hear me, unweary child of royal Zeus. Oh, listen to me now, though so aloof, while the earth-shaker wrecked and battered me. May I find love and mercy among these people. He prayed for that, and Pallas Athena heard him, although in deference to her father's brother. She would not show her true form to Odysseus, at whom Poseidon smoldered on, until the kingly man came home to his own shore. So, he says a prayer to Athena, and Athena hears him but doesn't show up, simply because Poseidon is still mad and has more planned before Odysseus actually gets back to his own home. That's the end of book 6.